Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Oh, yeah, take
Mama,
my
thank you, ma.
out for me.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. All right. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. How are we all doing? How are we doing? At this point, I've accepted that this is going to be our number till we are done, with this court. Can we all hear me? Okay. Cannot hear me. But you guys don't want to answer me. How are we? Mr. Emmanuel, how are you
Fine.
doing? Oh, okay. Temidayo. That's good. You're fine.
So you called your name.
Mohammed Bill.
Good
Huh?
evening, sir. We are fine, sir.
We called your name, sir.
Okay. Samuel, how are you?
I'm all right. Thank you.
Okay. How is it going so far? How is it going?
I mean, we're learning something every week. Weekend, when a week out, we are learning. So we're here again to learn.
Okay. And the only lady amongst us, Chika or Dilly.
Oh, good evening, everyone. I'm fine.
Good.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. Shiamaka, welcome. Okay, but everyone on this call, were we able to attempt the assignment again? With what I explained last week.
My hello, good evening again.
Good. Okay, good evening.
I was not able to. I don't know. You must have gotten my own the what I turned in after converting the data to table. I was not able to do it. I don't know why. I don't know whether the problem is coming from my Excel or like I don't really know where the problem is coming from. Each time I try to do it and convert it to like um that's go to pivot table and do the task. It keeps saying bringing out one particular thing. So at a point I had to just submit it like that. So that's my from my own side now.
Hmm, I see. Okay, Temidayo.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Again. I think what happened last weekend was like maybe too fast for me. When I started trying to um, work on the assignments, I just had to use my own. I had to do it in my own way. But the issue I had was major issue I had was the conversion um, colon. Like you said, I was unable to get that conversion part because you told us to delete everything after spend. So I tried different ways to see maybe I'll get something like conversion, but I wasn't able to. I also tried to see if I can the way you showed us that video, like I request access. I didn't get any access to the link. But I just tried to do the other ones, but the ones I had to do conversion, I couldn't treat them. Thank you.
Hmm, all right. Samuel, you want to say something?
No, actually, I don't know. The video when I watched it, I really didn't understand it. That was how we even were. I and my friends that we are doing together. At a point, we were stuck, so we did not really get it, sir. It's
Okay. So what do you want us to do now? Should we go over it again? Because I feel like it's very important that we understand it, and before moving ahead. At least that's how I feel. And this class is like that is the major reason why we have this class. So is it that when I'm explaining, you guys don't understand, or I don't really understand, like, because I didn't get this feedback last week now that, oh, is it that when I'm explaining, you guys don't get it? I'm too fast. or but you guys get it, but or it was the method we used last week. I had to I can't even remember who shared their screen now. But somebody had to share their screen and we were following him. Is it that method or what is it exactly? And who is your friend, Samuel? Which of your friends? Can we see hear me? Okay, just to be sure. Samuel has muted.
Sir, for me, you said you didn't get this feedback last time. I think it's because we all worked with, or most of us worked with the previous sheet that had those those other columns that you told us to delete.
Okay.
Yeah. So getting those columns while we were in class, I thought I was getting the way it was being explained. But it took a while before I attempted the assignment on my own. Maybe I had forgotten because it was looking a bit strange. Add data to model and all those other things was looking a bit strange. So I just had to calculate them manually for my own
Okay.
aspect. So I think if you can share us that video, I think I'll be fine. I don't know about any other person. I think I'll be fine. I mean, once I watch it over and over again, I should be able to understand because you explained the reasons why we had to do those things one. Some of, for instance, some of them clicks that one. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Exactly. Hold on, I'm trying to set up my Excel app. I couldn't get access to those videos. So and I've reached out to ADM. I don't know what the issue is. uh, I'll try again to see if they can give us access to those videos. Because right now we should have got entered Power BI already. Sorry guys, just give me a minute. I'm trying to work to share my screen. Please. Mommy, your camera is on. No. Don't be showing us your fine face. Okay, can we hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes. What is this thing doing like this? Okay. All right. You can hear me clearly, right? Okay. Can someone try to speak? I want to be sure I can.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Sit for me in the wrong. All right. Okay. So I will try to just run over run over it again. Um. So what we want to do is we want to add this data into our data model. So it is already a table. We come to insert. We
You
come
are
to
not sharing your
insert.
screen, sir.
Eh, I'm not sharing my screen. Wow. Sorry about that. Can you see now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm sharing my screen now. You can all see, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. We can see.
These things are perfect. Okay. So we want to add this to a pivot table. So the most important thing that I think maybe we missed is that we need to add this to the data model. So we need to keep it, in our data model so that future changes we make or additional changes that we add to this would be reflected, in our pivot table. Oh, you can't see this. Sorry. You can see my screen, but we can't see the drop downs that is happening.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. We can see the drop down.
this thing can
Yeah, we
be
can see the drop down.
changed to my times.
Yeah.
What is happening? What is happening?
So sorry about that, guys. My laptop just decided to restart on its own, refresh. Come on, it is well. Um, I'm really sorry about that. I think that's over 15 minutes now. I was saying something before the whole thing just decided to go up for me. Okay, can we see my screen now? Okay, thank you very much. Mm. So now we are in pivot table. Remember how we got here? You come
You
to
wanted to
set
show us something
pivot
earlier, sir.
table
You wanted to
and
show us
make sure
how
you click
to.
on that to create a model. That is basically how it goes.
Hello, sir.
And when we are here, so the purpose of what we did last week is to make sure that we yes, it is true we can decide to create those CPC, those CPC, CPR. We can create them, using we can calculate them manually here. We can calculate them manually here, but because we are creating pivot table, we that is why it is advisable to to create them via measure. And when we enter Power BI, you would understand very well how connected these measures are, because there's nothing you can do in Power BI that you will not need to create measures. So, so creating measure, how do you create measure? You've added your data to data model. Remember from last week, initially we didn't add it to data model. We were having issue, getting this add measure. We were not able to get it. So add measure, what do we want to do? We just want to do a simple sum. I'm not diving much into this. So sum of spent. Sum of spent will be sum table one close brackets. Check that formula. That's no error. Our total sum of spend is 49,000. 49,000. It'll be 49 million, sorry. So, is there anything in particular that you would want me to quickly look at right now so I can just answer it? And for anyone on the call, is there anything in particular you'd want me to look at?
So can you put us through adding that measures again? I didn't get my network didn't even get the presentation during that part.
Let me see. Is anybody saying anything? No one's saying anything. Okay. So I want to believe we are on the same page. All right. So since there are no questions from you guys, um, I would I would share my screen and we would. So the plan is according to Temidayo.
So I was saying earlier that can you please put us through that measures part again? And I think Agbola too was trying to say something earlier. I don't know if you can hear us.
Yes, I was trying to tell
Oh,
him that he wanted to show us how to. He said he wanted to tell us how to use the model, that it will be there permanently and we wouldn't be need to do it over and over again. That was what he said before I told him that he was not sharing the screen.
okay, yes, yes. Sorry, sorry. Let me share this again. There's some days that your device will just say, I want to stress you. Today is one of those days. So let me delete this and begin again. All right. So I was saying that we can, the same way we create measures, it's the same way we can also create our data manually. We can create our CTR we can create our I think CPM and every other thing. We can create them, manually here. And after creating them manually, we can now go ahead to create our pivot table. That is one way. That's one way to do it. But I think the reason why last week I had told us to delete it was because if I had not provided those CTR or CPM, I would have left us any way we decide to achieve it would have been fine with me. But I'm telling us now that this is another way to go about it. Now this CTR says, what was it? Let me check again. What's CTR again? Can somebody help me? What's CTR? I don't want to leave this screen.
Click-through rate.
Is clicks divided by impressions times 100.
Okay, clicks divided by.
By impressions times 100.
Okay, so that is this divided by this. Hmm. Yeah. So this is another way, instead of going to your pivot table and creating those measures, you can decide to do it this way. And your CPM, what's CPM? What's CPM? Oh, I'm relying on you guys. Oh.
We are checking, sir.
All right.
CPM is spend over impression.
Over
Spend,
like spend divided by
spend,
impression.
impression, yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. What other things do we even have there?
CPC,
Check. Okay,
CPC,
CPC.
and CPA.
So I think CPC is cost per click.
Spend per spend divided by click.
Attributed conversion. So if blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. So what I was saying is that doing this way, when we now take it to let me first delete this one first. When we now take it to pivot table, we don't need to we will not need to we will not need to we might not even need to add to data model, but it is good practice to always add to data model. Now our CPC and everything should already be here. But this laptop is giving me serious head. So we should have everything here. So what's the first thing we try to achieve here? We want to look at platform-wise. I don't even want to go on this because we've done it. So let's look at CTR by platform. Okay. So what we have done initially would have taken us would have let us not to create those measures. But if you asked me, I would say I won't do that. It's still the same way I explained it last week, that it's the same pattern I would have gone, with this today. So, but honestly, since we've done this before, I would just try again to see if I can get Adeyemi to give us access to those files. I feel like we've spent time on this exam. Is already even stressing me out. Let's move to something else. So from this week, I don't know if you've noticed, but like the past 2 weeks now, we've not had any lesson on our LMS. Or maybe there has been something that I don't even know. But from tomorrow, I think we should get Power BI on our LMS. So in preparation for that, I'll just get us started. Yes, I know SQL is still there. Would treat Power BI before we'll conclude with SQL. So we I would be going into Power BI and just so what I will be saying is still the same thing we would probably meet at in our LMS, tomorrow. But just to like wet the ground for us and give us a heads up. So, and if you've not downloaded your Power BI, it's as simple as just coming to your where is it again? Coming to your Windows. I'm trying to look for that thing. Microsoft Store. Come to your Microsoft Store, open it. It will open. You look for Power BI and you download. As simple as that. So this is why you can even imagine the last time I did anything here was 11 months ago. It is well. Blank reports. So this is how your Power BI looks. You can see it has similar. Are we on the same page, guys? I hope I'm not talking to myself. Are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? Where am I? Where am I? Okpeyemi. Okay, Oluwatosin is here too. Olabi is here. Mr. Steve is here. You're not mute, though. Let me mute you. I can't mute you. All right. So this is your Power BI. This is how it looks. You have your file, you have your home, you have insert. Insert does almost the same thing we do in Excel. It allows you to insert something into your page. Now this is a canvas, like all this place like this, a canvas. If you paint or if you draw, you know what a canvas is. It's like a piece of where you can do all your shenanigans, where you can express yourself. So this is your canvas. So we have insert, we have modeling, we have view, we have optimize, we have help. So these are the options we have here. And yeah, so in your home is where you would find how to get your data. So another thing, a lot of these things across Microsoft products, they are duplicated for easy access so that you will not say you can't find them. So this data we are inserting now is also is there again, sir. Okay, it's not there. But what I was trying to say is that most times you find most of these options elsewhere across the page. Like for example, this insert we have here now is also here. Exactly what I'm saying. This calculations here is also under modeling. So if you want to get data, there are I think over 400 ways. There are over 400 ways you can bring data into Power BI. This is everything. MySQL database, Access database, Impala, Google BigQuery, Snowflake, Azure SQL database. Think of it. It is probably here. Google Analytics, LinkedIn. Where is it again? LinkedIn Sales Navigator, QuickBooks Online, Python scripts, Solver, BI connector, and so and so and so creator, Dataverse, all those things. But for me personally, some of the popular ones, or some that I use most, that at least for me, I use Google Sheets. So let's say I have my data in Google Sheets, for example. My data is in Google Sheets, and let me open it. It's for actually only call. So you have your data in Google Sheets, for example. Uh, okay, so let's say let me use this one. Let me use this one. Okay. So let's say you have this data now. You want to work on it in Power BI. So it is very important that the get data option you pick is relating to the data you have, because if not, it won't work. For example, now we have we have Excel workbook and we have CSV. In a way, you can say they are the same. Like you can say, oh, a CSV, when you open it, it will turn to Excel, but no. If it's an Excel workbook, you have to pick Excel workbook. If it's CSV, you have to pick CSV. If your data, let's say you have multiple files and they are in a folder, you pick folder as well. If your data is in PDF, you pick PDF. So online service, I'll pick online service and I'll come to Google Sheets. Okay, I think it's under order. Give me where I used all these things. Okay, Google Sheets. Now, when you click on Google Sheets, it will tell you that, okay, you are connecting to a third-party service. You come to continue. So it will try to connect. It will ask you for the URL of whatever app whatever you are connecting to. So this is the link you would copy. This link over here is what you will copy. Okay. This is the link you copy and you would paste here. Okay. Now it will ask me for access, blah blah blah. I'm not signed in, so I'll sign in. I'm signing in now. So yeah, I'm signing in. It will ask you to connect and all. So Power BI is interesting, honestly. Like when I started as a data analyst, it was Power BI I used to start, and I am already signed in. We are currently signed in. It will say you now say connect. But lately, I think for the past 1 year, I'm not sure I've done anything on Power BI. So that's majorly been on Excel. So it changes, it changes. Not that the industry is changing, but as you move, the companies you are joining, they are the ones that say what and what. The company I'm currently at now is Google Sheets we use majorly. So okay, now it is connected. Okay, you are unable to connect, blah 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 blah. Why? Okay, I will not bother about that anymore. But that is how you connect your Power BI to your data. Let me open this Excel, this Power BI, this pivots that we are working with, this pivot table. Let's use this to go about this explanation. Yes. Now, when you open your data, this is how you get this navigator page. Are we still with me? Are we still with me? Okay. Okay. All right. So when you open your data, you will get this navigator. So this navigator it tells you everything on your file. Like, oh, this is everything that you have on your file. You can see that this table one is the table one we created. Is the table we created when we created our pivot table. If you guys remember, this is it. Then this is the sheet that has our pivot table exercise. This is our raw data. This is our sheet one, when we've created our pivot table, and this is our sheet two. So this thing shows you everything in your data. But in our case here, we are going with raw data, and we now come to transform. It is very, very important. Like, it is absolutely important that any data you open at all, either are you guys, I want to be sure because this is important information. You can hear me, right? Okay. It is very, very important that any data you open, even if you got the data from Google Sheet or from Salesforce it is always important that before loading, you transform your data. And this process is called what is it called now? ETL, yes. It's called ETL, extract, transform, and load. Extract, transform, and load. There's also ELT, extract, load, transform. That's another approach, but it is advisable to use the ETL approach, which is you extract the data from wherever source it is, then you transform it. Whenever you are done transforming it, then the final step is for you to load it. So I'm going to click on transform data. Now, when I click on transform data, I am we come into Power Query. So you can see that our Power Query here is similar to our Power Query on our Excel. Do we even have Power Query? I think so. Did we work on Power Query in Excel? Can't remember now.
No, we didn't.
Did you do Power?
No.
Oh, we did not. Okay, okay. All right. That's good. It's good that we didn't do it because it should have been we will be duplicating our efforts. Is when I say it is the same thing, like it is literally the same thing. Nothing changes from what you will do in Excel and what you do in Power Query. It is the same. So now our data is loaded into Power Query. Now the reason why I said it is important we always load and transform first is there is something that happens it happens a lot of times. Now remember our data. Remember that we had formatted it to a table. Remember that, right? Remember that in our in the Excel data, we had formatted that data to table. Now, because we had formatted it to table, that is why when we loaded this data, our header is as our header. Most times, what you find is you find your data like this. This is how you find your data most times. If initially in your Excel it has not been created as table format, you will see that our header is in row 1, and we actually want it to be where all this column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, column 6 is. This is where we want these headers to be. So it is always important. That's why I say it is always one of the reasons it's always important to transform this data, so that once you transform and you open this and you see this, the next thing you want to do is you want to come to this transform and just click on this use first row as header. It's as simple as that. Use first row as header. And once you've done that, you can now see your headers. Your header are now where they are supposed to be. Now, another thing that you want to do in Power BI, Power Query is your best friend. Let me put it like that. If your Power Query is wrong, if your Power Query is wrong, your data will be wrong. I'm sorry. There's nothing you can do. If your Power Query is wrong, there's nothing you can do. So you want to check your date. So your date now, is it actually formatted as date? That is when you look at your data type. So how do you look at your data type? You will see that for these dates, we have a calendar kind of icon here. Oh, it's a shame that I can't see the call screen. Let me connect with my second laptop so that I can be seeing you guys. A question just popped in my head and I'm going to ask now. Use companion note. Eh, all right. Okay. Okay. The question I will ask is: Do you guys think this our pace is slow? Do you think the pace of the classes is slow? That's the question I had in my mind. Before I go on, do you guys think the pace of our class is slow? Do we need to speed things up? Who's going to answer? Emmanuel.
No, for me, it's okay, sir. It's not slow, sir.
Okay. Vivian.
Good evening, Mr. Okiki.
Good evening.
Okay, it's actually fine for me. It's okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I just wanted to know that. So you can see that our date icon is different from our platform icon, and it is absolutely different from our impression and our spend icon. What this means is that these are different data types. If I click on this 1, 2, 3 now, you would see Power BI shows us the different data types available. We have decimal number, we have fixed decimal number, we have whole number, we have percentage, we have date and time, we have date, we have time, we have date, time zone, and we have duration, we have text, we have true or false, we have binary, and we have using locale. So that using locale, what it does is it allows us to select, okay, where are we based on, because you know that, for example, now text, we have Nigerian English, we have American English, we have British English, and on and on and on and on and on. That. So that's what locale does for us. So you want to be sure that, okay, all your data is is according to how you want it to be. So text, so ABC is text, meaning it should not be number. Our ABC should not be number, it should be text. Our date should be date, not any other thing. You can see that our interface here is similar to our Excel, interface. Yes. So that is just a brief explanation of these data types. Now, what do we have here? All these view that we have here. So sometimes you want to see. Me, I even like it. So this graph thing, column distribution. This column distribution, I really do not use it. But this column quantity, this column quality, sorry, column quality shows us the the quality of our data. Yes. So if, for example, we have empty, if one of our data, if one of our cell is empty, it will show here. We'll know how many is empty. I think we have one. We have one. Okay, we don't have any. Oh yeah, we have in CPA. So CPA we have two empty. We have 17 empty actually, making 2% of the data is empty. And you would also see it here, you see this bar, this green bar, you see that it stops here, meaning we do not have 100% data validity in this. That doesn't really matter, but it just tells you the overall structure of your data. So you have that at the back of your mind. It's not where you would be having concern is when you are seeing error and you are having a number in your error. But if you are still having something in your entry, it is not really an issue. If you don't want this, if you don't want to be seeing column quantity, or you don't want to be seeing what is white, show white spaces. I don't even know what show white spaces is. But column quantity, column profile, you want to be seeing column profile. Column profile, I'll remove that. So I'll just leave I'll leave this as well. So come back home. So the different ways we use this. So for example, now, like I did in Excel, where I deleted those extra columns, I can just select them all the way to the right using my
Please, I can't see the screen. Or am I the only one that cannot see it?
Yes, I think it's what
can every other person see it?
you can rejoin again.
I can see.
Okay. So deleting, when I've clicked on all these columns I want to remove now, let me make it simple. Let me
I'm
just
not
click on
seeing
this
the
format.
screen now. What happened?
You can't see the screen. Can we all not see the screen too? Is it
I can
everybody?
still see
I
the
Oh,
can see
screen.
it now. I can see it now. I can see it now.
okay. Thank you. Emmanuel, can you see it now?
Yes, I can see it now, sir.
Okay. All right. So let's say I want to remove a column. I'll click on that column and I'll right click. Now you would see all these options. These are what you can do on a column. So I can copy this column. I can decide to remove it. It also gives me option to, because I've clicked on this column, I can now remove every other column apart from the column I have clicked on. Or I can duplicate the column. I can add column from examples, or I can decide that, okay, if there are duplicates in this column, I want to remove those duplicates. Or if there are errors, I want to remove error. Or I can change type. The same way we can change type from clicking on this calendar icon. We can also change type here. I can transform. So let's say these dates now, I only want to be seeing year. You know, we have these dates now as day, month, and year. Let's say I want to be seeing only year. I'll click on year. Or let's say I want to change the date to the quarter it belongs to. So this is January 1st, 2025. We know that that's quarter one, meaning it would help me change my data to quarter one. Or if it's month, I want to be it will only show me month. Or if it's name of the month I want to be seeing. Or if it's the name of the month I want to be seeing, it will give me that option as well. If it's the name of the month, it will give me that option. Or if it's week, what week of the month is it? It will show you. So Power Query is that. Let me just do an example here. So let me pick month and say name of month. You can see that it has changed that to name of month for us, and you can see that it has also changed the data type to text, because it is no longer in date format now. It has changed it to text for us, and we have how many? We have all the months of the year in our data. So I don't know why this one is showing 3 distinct, but It is more than 30 steps. We have more than 300 more. Okay. It's okay. Um, let's see. What is it? Just okay. Okay. Another thing I should remember to tell us. Now, normally we have undo button. We have undo button mostly every application we use, but in Power Query we don't have undo. So the way we can retrace our steps is you see your right side, you see query setting on the right side. It is always open by default, but you can also close it. But by default, it is always open. So this is where it states all the steps we've taken so far in a table. So this whole data here is a table. So and it is telling us that okay, this is our source. This is how we imported this data into Power Query. This is the source. This is we navigated into here. We promoted headers. If you guys remember, I initially then downgraded the headers, then I promoted it back. Okay, oh, this is it already. Change type. Okay, demoted headers. I demoted the headers. I changed the type here. Um, then I promoted headers. So there are also some steps that Power Query itself would help you add that you didn't add yourself. So for example, now when I demoted these headers, it changed some column types. It added those steps. Then when I promoted the headers as well, it also changed some header types. Now I extracted month name was what we did in that last column when we changed the date, the full date to month name. So so a way to go back is you just click on that X. So it is always important that you know what you are doing. You are sure what you are doing before clicking on this X. Because once you have clicked on it, the only way to get them back is if you do the steps again. There's no what's that button concept? Is it redo? There's no redo button. You would have to apply those steps again for you to be able to achieve those um those options. So I want to remove this column all the way to sit here. So I'll just right click and I'll click on remove columns. I am removing columns because I want to remove these columns. I don't want to remove other columns. So I'll click on remove columns. So it has removed every other column. That removes every other column. There's still more that we need to explain here, but I think that just gives us an idea of how we can do basic formatting in Excel, in Power Query, sorry. Now, also here, if you want, you can also do some other things. So you want to copy the entire table, or you want to use first row, like I was saying, we have first row as here. We also have it here. We also have it here. So they duplicated a lot of things for easy access. Add custom columns, add columns from example, invoke, add conditional column. This is also like conditional formatting. Then if let's say we want to delete a row, we can say keep top rows. Let's say it's bottom row we want to delete. So when I click on keep top rows, it will ask me I should specify the number of rows I want to keep. So for example, now if you look at your down left this down left corner here, you see the number of rows we have. We have 999 plus rows, and we have 9 columns. And on our right side, we have preview downloaded at 7:10 p.m. So let's say this is a live data. What do I mean by live data? Let's say we are working with a sales team. Yes, we are working with a sales team that every time they sell a product, your record automatically updates. Now you as the analyst, you can have it that, okay, you can know the last time this preview was updated. So this was updated 7:10. So that when you are working on your data, you want to be sure you are working with the recent data. So let's say your data, for example, now my organization, they update the data every 3 hours. So before I resume work in the morning, it has been updated. So I know that by 9 it should be updated again, then by 12, then by 3, then by 6. So if let's say I'm working on data around 1 p.m., I will know that yes, this data was last updated by 12. So I know that I'm working with the latest data. Then once it's 3 o'clock also, I expect the data to update. So that's just a quick digression. So you can delete rows, bottom rows, top row as you wish. Let's come back here. Yeah. So this merge query, this is also important. I would explain this. So there's something we call what is it called now? Yeah, there's something we call categorical data and numerical data. Now, categorical data are data that you can categorize, obviously. So who can give me an example of in this our data what we can categorize? Who can give me an example of what we can categorize in this data? Somebody. I want to be sure
The region.
we are
You can categorize the region.
okay. We can categorize region, right? We can categorize device. We can categorize, what else can we categorize? Who else? A lady now. Ah, this is not okay. A lady. Oh yeah, anybody, any who's that?
You can categorize oh
I can't hear this person. Okay, so we can basically categorize. We can categorize, things that can stand alone. So that is where our this is what we will use to build our data modeling. I think this is what we'll do for next week. So this is what we use to build our data model. But a quick, let me give us two examples. So this raw data now, I'm going to duplicate it into two. Duplicate, duplicate. You will ask me now, why am I duplicating? I am duplicating because I want to isolate a column. So for example, I want to isolate platform only. So I'll remove this column, remove. Then I'll click on remove other columns. Now you see that when I click on remove other column, it will remove every other column apart from platform. I am left with only platform. So in this one too, I want to I want to leave only campaign objectives. So I'll remove other columns. So I'm left with only campaign objective. Now, please guys, these things they are very, you have to try them out. Like you have to play around with it for you to fully grasp what I'm saying. You don't have to get everything now. And you people ask questions. I feel like you guys don't ask questions enough. Honestly. Like I open my Slack sometimes. Though yeah, people reach out to me, but you people don't ask questions. I don't like it. So we have we've isolated platforms and we've isolated campaign objectives. So what's the next thing we want to do? We want to make sure we remove the duplicates. And remember we saw somewhere where we can remove duplicate, right? I can't even remember where we saw it, but I know we saw it somewhere. Yes, we click on remove duplicates. So it will remove all the duplicates for us. Now, this step I'm showing us is very, very important though. So we've removed duplicates. The next thing we want to do is we want to assign a primary key to it. We want to assign a primary key to each distinct or each unique platform. We want to assign a primary key to it. So how do we do that? We go to add column. We come to add column and we come to index column. You can see index column here. And we click on from one. We want to add column from one. Now, another thing that is important. I know that this is 1, 2, 3 to 8. Yes. And it is formatted as number, right? But no, we don't want it as number. This will be as we will put it as text. Nothing will happen to it, but we won't get error, but we want it as text. The reason why we want it as text is because so that once we load this to our data model, it will not, we don't want this index to be summing. We don't want it summed. Like we want it to represent a platform. It is representing a platform. We don't want it to be doing the work of addition and subtraction. That is not why we are here. So this one I'll rename it to platform index. Yes, platform index. Platform index. I can't even remember I used to name all this platform index. So platform index. So I would also rename this table. Remember, this is now a table. So this is going to be our platform table. Platform underscore table. So the same thing that we did for our platform here, we'll do it for our campaign objective, which is first we remove duplicates. First thing first, we remove duplicates. Remember that the reason why I isolated this first before doing all this cleaning is because if I decide to do it here, it will remove every other. So let's say, for example, platform now, I remove duplicates. You can see that it has cut down our data. That is why
Yes,
we
sir.
had to that is why we had to separate it first before we do our cleaning on it. So the same thing we would add in the, and we change this to text, and we campaign objective, we say index campaign. Oh, just name it anyhow. Okay, index campaign. So me, I like bringing it in front. It doesn't matter actually, but this one too, campaign table, campaign underscore table. All right. So all these things we've done now, what is the grammar? Like what is I'm sure you people will be like, what is all this we are doing? Like how does it yes, you're laughing. How does it relate to why are we like is that why we are here? Yes, it is why we are here. Oh. What we are doing is we are building a model. And when I say we are building a model, it is the truth is you see all this data we have here, all this data that we have here, we have date, we have platform, we have region, we have device. In the real sense of it, in the real world, in actual sense, all this data won't be together like this. Like all this data won't be together like this. The way this data will be structured is that platform would have its own table. The same way we've separated it. Platform would have its own table. Region would have its own table. Device would have its own table. Let's say you are working with HR data. Every employee information would be a table on its own. So employee information will now be your name, your address, your age, your gender, you know, everything peculiar to you will be in your employee table. Then salary will now be another table. So you now begin to wonder, so how do you, if salary is another table, how will they now know which salary belongs to Okoyemi, for example, or which salary belongs to Temidayo, or which salary belongs to Steve, or which salary belongs to Okiki? Those are the questions you now begin to ask. Now, how do we know? The way to know is that you will merge your query. So now let me first close this. Let me show us how it looks. What we've done, let me show us how it looks. So once you are done in Power Query, for example, you just click on close and apply. So clicking on close and apply, if you close it, then it will load. It will do its magic. And you would wait for that to load, and you would come here. Once it is loaded, all right, so this is loaded already. Now if you look at, yes, this is loaded already. So I'll just quickly show us. So I'll come to model view. Okay, so I think it has helped us it has grouped our data, even though we've not grouped it, but it's grouped it. Let me see, how did it group it? Something object, class one. Okay. The last time I used this, I will not lie, I had to group it myself, but I'll still show us how to group it. So what is happening here? If you may ask you, so what is happening here is that our campaign table has been linked to our raw data, and our platform table has been linked to our raw data. So in the real sense, you would have, so let's say this is employee table, this is salary table. So for you to now be able to match an employee with a salary, or you have different departments, there's a department table. For you to be able to match an employee with a department, you have to join them. So this diagram you are seeing here is a join diagram. This is how you join, but That's just a brief explanation. I'm sure it is confusing for you guys now, but don't worry. We will not we are not diving deep into that. So now we've loaded our data. This is how it will now
So
look.
sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. I have a question, sir. When
All
you
right.
were creating those two tables, sir, you lifted them from the main data that we had.
Yeah.
The two tables that you just created. So I was trying to also do what you did, but was it from this thing that you created that table, or you went to the view ribbon to do it? Maybe there's a place to get that one. I don't understand that side.
Okay. You mean when okay, so where we did that was in Power Query.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I was trying to also do the same thing. You were able to lift them from that main data to the other side, that we have them single like that. So if you
Okay,
can
I
just
just okay, let me go
explain it,
back.
sir.
Let me go back. So to go back to Power Query, you come to under your home, you come to transform data and you click on transform data. It will take you back to Power Query. So that's how you go back to Power Query. So you mean these two tables on the left here, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And the way I got them was I just duplicated the main table. I duplicated it. So you see duplicate here. I click on duplicate. So it duplicated it.
Okay, sir.
So when it duplicated it, I now only focused on the data I want to work on. So for these two now, I worked on platform and campaign. So let me do the same for region now. So region, I'm only focusing on region. So I have to remove every other column. So I'll click on remove. I right click on region and click on remove other columns. So it has removed
Okay, sir. Thank you very
other
much.
columns for
Sorry
me.
for taking you back, sir.
Then I remove duplicates. I remove duplicates. Now, the beauty about this thing we are doing is that, see, in the main data, like this raw data, you can see that.
Yes, sir.
Let me come to. I hope you are all following. It's not just Emmanuel. So, okay. So you see that we have APAC. I don't know what that is. We have North America. We have LAT. This is Latin America. We have Europe. So let's say in the future, this our data in Excel. This data, our region increases. Like let's say we got our data expands. We are now in Antarctica. Yes, we are in Antarctica. Or we are in is there Africa? There is no Africa. We are now in Africa. As long as this data is updated to include those African, or our data here would also reflect those. All we have to do is just click on refresh. Like you can see this refresh button here. Once we click on refresh, everything we've done, if it's platform that increased, if it's campaign table that increased, as long as you click on refresh, everything will refresh. Everything would refresh. So this now I'll just add our column, our custom column, for our region. So I will show us how to merge. That will be the last thing we'll do in today's class. So region index region. So region table. Now we are back in our raw data. Now it will look somehow now, but just let me just do the rest like before. Let me just do for the rest. I think we have. So remember, I'm doing this for only data that we can categorize. So this is
Yes, sir.
I've done. So let's leave device, remove duplicates. And this thing we are doing, it saves you time. I will be very, very honest with you. It saves you time in the long run because you don't want to, because this thing now, for example, now for me, the most times this takes if you are doing analysis, this most times takes maybe 70% of your time. I'll be honest, it takes 70% of your time. The remaining 30% is what you will do for your visualization if you know what you are doing. But modeling takes your time. It takes time to do. So that is why you have to pay attention to it and you know make sure you get it right. I mean, when you're initially building your model yourself, it is important that because if you don't build your model right, hmm, then don't let me even say the kind of things you'll be cooking. Device index. Device table. Hmm. So what we want to do now is we want to join all these tables, all these 5 tables. We want to join into this raw data. Don't mind what we saw here. What we saw here, like what we saw here is showing us that it has been joined. Okay, let's look. Okay. What we saw here is showing us that it has been joined. But how are we sure that you can see? Why is this one joining to table? Okay, it's not joining to. Okay. It's a different join. But I don't, I will not pay attention to this because I would rather do it myself and be sure that yes, I have done the right thing. It's showing that it has joined, but this is not even how I want to join it. It is the index I want to use, not the device actually. It is the index I want to use. So we'll go back to our Power Query. I expect us to have a lot of questions when I'm done with this. So how do we join tables? That is where our merge queries come in play. So join platform now. We have platform here already, but platform now has a table of its own. So I want to join platform to raw data. So I will open my raw data and I'll click on merge query. Now when I click on merge query, say merge, select a table and matching to create a merge table. So because I know that it's platform, I want to create, click on platform. I have clicked on platform. So it will not tell you that, okay, where is the other table you want to join it with? So I'll click on this place and now come to platform table and click on platform table. Now you can see that it displayed the platform table underneath here.
Trust
Now
me,
it
it's
is
not
now
showing.
every other place is not showing.
I can see it now.
Okay. So we've clicked on platform. We click on platform, right? I'll click on index. So this index now is saying that the selection matches 0 of 5,000 rows from the first table. What does that mean? It means that what we have in our platform table, what we've selected that it should match with in our main table, it can't really reconcile it. But we are getting the check mark, meaning this is still good to go. But it's still telling us that we have 0 of 5,000 rows. So me, it doesn't matter, but me, I don't like seeing 0 or 5,000. So I'll just click on platform like that, and it will show me 5,000 or 5,000 rows. But I know what I am doing at the end of the day. Now, join. It's saying that what kind of join are we doing? So we are saying that left outer is what we are doing. So meaning all the columns from the first data matching from the second. These are the different kind of, when we get to SQL, we'll explain in details, all these join kinds. But most times I don't touch this. I just leave it as left outer. As long as I have the check mark here, I am fine. I am good to go. I have 5,000 or 5,000 from the table, from the first table. So I click on OK. Now you can see that my platform table is now in my raw data. It has been added here. So I now want to expand my data. I want to expand this data. So I'll click on this arrow that goes to the left and the right. I'll click on it. I'll uncheck this use original column name as prefix. I don't want that. I'll uncheck it. And I'll uncheck everything. And I would only check platform index. Okay, we don't worry. It's easy actually. It's not hard. This thing is not difficult. It's not difficult. It takes practice, but it is not difficult. It's quite easy. So you click on platform index. Remember the index that we created? Index column 1, 2, 3, and all. That's what we want. So we click on OK. Now you see 1, 1, 1. You see 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So what does this mean? Who can answer that? Can anybody answer it?
It's representing each of the platform.
Good. Brilliant. Now you see that when I move this beside the actual platform, you see that they would match. So Google Display is 1, X Twitter is 2. If you come to platform itself, you see that Google Display is 1, X Twitter, Instagram is 3. So meaning anywhere it sees 1, we already know that it is Google Display. Now that I have this, I am satisfied with what I have done. I am happy. I will now delete the platform. I will delete the platform column. I don't need it. Who is lost? If you are lost, raise up your hand.
Sir, please, won't we also merge the other ones that you created, the campaign table, the region table, and all?
Yes, we can merge it.
Okay, but you are not merging it in this video.
Oh, we'll do it. We'll merge it on this one. I just want to be sure. So people that are giving me thumbs up, you are good, right? Like nothing is blurry. Everywhere is clear.
We are lost. I mean, we are lost. So
Okay, Semi Dayo, what is it?
You said we should raise up our hands if we are lost. That's how my answer is.
Okay. Okay, if you understand, let me give me your let me see your reaction if you understand. Okay, Emmanuel. Emmanuel understands. Is it only Emmanuel? Any other person?
So I have a question.
Sorry, who is speaking? I can't see who is speaking. Right.
Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, since you're going to link all these other tables that you created, the 5, and I'm assuming, the index is kind of like the primary key for each table.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm wondering if it would work. I wanted to wait till the end, but I just thought maybe maybe I'm thinking ahead too much. Since the other tables have the same primary key in terms of the number, like, because when you created the indexes for the other ones, it's 1, 2, 3 to wherever it stops. When you merge it, are we not going to have a problem of because the primary key, when you're joining different tables, is supposed to be unique?
Okay. Yeah. I think I get what you're saying, but it won't be an issue. Now, why I said it won't be an issue is because outside of factory, we would not use this primary keys. The only reason why we use this primary keys is to join this this categorical tables, to join it to the main. Now, each table has their own index number. So campaign index number is different from platform index number. Yes, they are the same 1 to 3, 1 to 3, but in this case, each of them is representing a different thing. Region, for example, for region, for anywhere you go in region, 4 would always be Europe. It doesn't clash with the 4 of platform, which is Twitch. It doesn't affect it.
Okay, thank you.
So I would join campaign table now. I'll join it to our main table. So we'll go again, merge. I'm merging campaign. We click on the campaign column. I will come here and we click on our campaign table. And we click on campaign. It should give us the same results. And click on OK. To give us this table again, we uncheck and we click on index campaign and we say OK. And yes, I can now remove this and delete it. So I will just quickly run through the rest of the tables and join them so as to yeah. So region table, region 5,000. Okay, expand it. Select only the index. Okay. This to device. Okay. Device, expand, index. Okay. Yes. The last one is game, right? Remove, Bench game. Okay. And index came voila. We have this should be good in your age. Remove claim. Okay. Now, okay, so also side note, we can also create a table for this, but that one is quite complex. So we will not do that. Our date is fine the way it is. We can use it like this. So I'll close now and apply. Close and apply. So this should load. Good. Now when we check our data model again, you can see that now is now giving us index campaign, and so on and so forth. So what does this mean? Everything is just done. What does it mean? So let's just quickly visualize what we've done. So I click on a what's this one called again? Column chart. I click on a column chart. I click on a column chart and I click on platform and I click on my platform here. I have platform. It's been a while I use this thing. They changed everything. I click on my raw data. I click on spend. Click on spend. This is how it looks. This is how it looks. Now you will notice that I picked platform from platform table, but I didn't come to what is it called? I didn't come to platform index to come and pick it. Hmm. Now the reason why I didn't do that is because of platform index is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will be showing as number. That's not what we want. We want it to show as the actual name, which is why I have chosen to pick the platform, the actual platform itself from platform go. That will be all for today. If you don't understand like that, that's small, little by little. Any question?
Okay, sorry, sir. You did not later delete those table that we created earlier.
I did not label it.
I say you did not delete those tables that we created earlier, the one that you extracted from the main data.
No, I am not deleting
Okay.
it.
Okay, because I could hear you that said you are going to delete so data. I think it was the same data that we are going to delete.
No, I'm not deleting those data we duplicated. I'm not
Okay.
deleting that. Yes.
All right, sir.
So yeah, I think we would stop here for today. Any question, anyone? Yes. Does anybody want to?
Yes, I have questions, sir.
Okay. Go on.
This stuff that we did today, can we um, import it on Excel back? in case we want to continue working on it.
Can we do it?
Can we export it to Excel? The way we imported data from Excel to Power BI, can we also import data from Power BI to Excel?
Yes, I think so. Though I've not tried it, but let's see. Data. Data.
Okay, I have two other questions. Should I go ahead with them or after this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The second one is in that is yeah, we said there's no redo on Power BI. So the query box, the query settings column. If we mistakenly close it, because say we can close it and reopen it. If we close it, how do we reopen? That's
Okay,
a
how do
second
you
question.
reopen it? Okay.
Yes. Then the third one is under that query settings, if we click on an X from from what you showed us today, we had like maybe 7 things in the query settings. If we click on an X in maybe the number 3X, will it delete the ones below it or just that one?
No, it won't delete the one below it, but it would. So you would have. It won't delete the ones below it, but there's going to be a problem. So it's like, how do I explain this now? It's like when you are. It's like, how do I put it? It's like a progression. Yes, it's like a progression. So let's say, and what I mean by it is a progression is because I have encountered this quite a lot of times. So let's say I deleted this, remove, let's say I deleted this. I might not have a good example here, but let's say I deleted this merge query series now. If I delete merge query, I don't want to delete. But if I delete merge query series, it would it will not delete these other ones, but when I now come back, when I come to my remove column 5, this last one, when I come there, I will get an error. Why am I getting an error? I'm getting an error because I have removed a step that builds up to this moment. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes. Like it's like you're counting from 1 to 10. You now delete 5. Obviously, it is no longer 10 anymore. So meaning your when you are at 10, it is no longer 10. You are wrong at for it to be 10. So you get an error. So it is the steps you can delete are like maybe, so let's say you want to delete merge query true. You will have to delete everything up to merge query 3. Like you just have to remember the things you did. You just have to remember the things you did. Like me now, one thing I usually do is, so there are times that, so one example where I experienced this or where I learned this is, I met some reports that I was not the one that built those reports, and I needed to work on those data. So I had to rework on the Power Query. So that day, I now deleted everything. Hey, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Oh, not everything, but I think I deleted some things. And I had to, I had to now take a piece of paper and I had to start writing every step that was taken, to get to that, to get to that, um, to get to that level. So yeah, so if you delete a step here, it would affect the other steps. So if you close this, how do you open it back? Come to view. Then you click on query settings. Did you get that? And you can't connect Power BI to Excel. You can't connect Power BI to Excel, but you can connect Excel to Power BI. So, any other question? Any other question? Another thing, before I forget, or before we go, look at this. Look at these clicks. You can see the E in front. This is called summation. This is called summation. Remember those index columns we created? If we had not changed the data types to text, we would have gotten the same summation in front of those index or in front of these indexes. Like we would have gotten it because it will be viewing it as okay, we want to do calculation on these things. So let's add summation to it. So let me add one more. Let's add which one is 3 again? Okay, campaign table. Let's add because pie charts, anything that is more than 3. If your pie chart is more than 3, if you do an analysis for me and your pie chart is more than 3, your categorization is more than 3, now 0 you can collect it. Because once it is more than 3, it is convolute. I don't even know the word to use like this. Yes, but if your pie chart is more than 3, I'm sorry. Please don't build any pie chart that has more than 3 categories. I beg of you. So here is our pie chart. We can see it gives us on our right hand side the consideration is this color, which is 34%. Awareness is 33%, and conversion is 16%. Or we can even change it to a donut chart. So I hope I've been able to teach us something and not confuse us. Yes, and not confuse us. So thank you very much, guys. I'll see us next week. Hey. Next week. Okay, next week. Oh, okay. I'll be available. Let's say I'll be available next week. But December 7th, I will not be available, guys. I will not be available. I have a program in church that I need to. I am adding a. Oh, you want assignment? Oh, wow. I have assignment. I have 50. I have this form, 50 questions that I've been trying to finish. I think I'll just finish that this night and give that to us. Then practice for Power BI, right? Yes, the data you have, practice on it. Everything we've done here, try and replicate it. If you can do that, you've got it, you've done enough. You've done more than enough, sis. Yes? Yes, so please go ahead and speak.
Okay, well done. Thank you for the class. What I want to ask is unrelated to Power BI.
There was a time you shared the link for Upwork. So that's just what I want to ask if there's any updates.
So who is speaking?
Olalekan.
Okay, I shared what? Sorry, I didn't get you, please. Can you said I shared something.
Yeah, about Upwork.
Okay, I shared something about Upwork. Yes. Yeah, what
Yeah.
about it?
So I want to ask if there's any updates on it or anything, any info.
We had the class already. The session happened when
Yeah,
yes. Uh you didn't register
no, I registered with the Google form that you sent to the Slack. I registered them.
and you didn't get a calendar invite.
No.
Are you sure? Check, because
For the
everyone who
Upwork meeting, and I have for meeting for Sunday meeting, not for.
okay, I would send you the recording. The session already happened.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mm. I'll send it. Just send me a message as well.
Please, can you also send me
I
the
want the
recording
recording
of
too.
that particular duty?
Sorry, please, if you need the recording, just send me a message. I will forward it to you.
Where? You should send a message where?
On Slack now. Where else do you want to send me a
Okay,
message?
all right. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, sir. Regarding this model in Power BI, I think I got some things that you did tonight. I got some things, but the way you did those tables are somehow convincing to me. But I got the way you mark them together to check if they have anything in common. But that table creation and the reason behind the table creation, because I think we could do that when we're doing this one earlier that we did in this chart. I think you can also do it like that, but I I tried doing it that way now that you did it in this table creation. I'm not getting it very well. It's not really clear.
Okay. Let's meet on Slack. I don't want
Okay, sir.
to extend this. Let me save this so that we'll continue next week. Mm. All right, guys. See you guys next week. Have a lovely week.